Live from the motherfucking House of Fruiters Media Studio. It's another episode of the Polluted Cup Club. I am your host with the motherfucking most, Mr. Leave a Bitch on Ghost. You dig me? It's the Black Heisenberg, aka the big house, not the little one. And today, we got an AZ legend in this motherfucker, man. We got a fucking AZ legend in this motherfucker, been kicking up dust and causing motherfucking havoc out there in these motherfucking AVP streets for a long time. Not just the AVP, but the whole AZ. You dig what I'm saying? Let them know who we got in this bitch today.
Man, thank you for having me.
Yes, indeed.
Big Gmoe.
Big Gmoe, not the little one, you know what I'm saying?
Get the big. Nah.
Yee, stop playing. Hey, fuck the humble shit, man, you know what I'm saying?
Nah,
we'll pop your shit in here, man.
We in here.
Mm-hmm.
Grooving, you know what I'm saying?
How you been, Fally?
It's just been good, man. I got really no complaints. Life's been good.
Man.
Just been trying to take care of myself and just stay on track.
There you go, man. I'm glad I could drag you out the house for this shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad I could get you out here on the first season of the Polluted Cup Club. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm really trying to put some steam behind this shit. You know what I'm saying? And give AZ a platform, man. Not a wishy-washy platform where people talking a bunch of shit or they dealing with foolishness. You know what I'm saying? We just giving motherfuckers the raw and cut on this bitch. You dig what I'm saying? So, man, for the people who don't know who Gmoe is, you know what I'm saying? Let them know who Gmoe is. You dig what I'm saying?
Man, that's a tough one because Gmoe's a...
Let them know in a nutshell, you know what I'm saying?
Shit, man.
Give them a small summary of who Gmoe is, you know what I'm saying?
Just a real one out of Avondale, Arizona, bro. That, you know, just takes care of his family. A businessman, does music.
That's right.
And, you know, all the music business as far as just like not just doing music, you know what I'm saying? As far as just being an artist. Like I'm talking, I think I've been more these past couple of years more on like the actual business side of things.
That's right.
Than actually being an artist and recording, you know, like I usually do. And
because in all actuality, you actually been putting in work, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm here to give you your flowers, man. If nobody else will, I'm going to give you your flowers. You know what I'm saying? Sure. Just by working with some of the likes of some of the greats out here. You know what I mean? Burner. You know, I seen you got music with DJ Paul. You know what I'm saying? Sibo, the bald head nut. You know what I'm saying? I see you got music with Glasses Long. King Lil G, Cap G, you know what I mean? Butch Cassidy, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, man, you've been out here doing your thing, bro. Like, that shit's not to be taken lightly, for sure.
Yeah, real shit, bro. Like, I've done a lot to where as far as, like, and it's been so long, over a long period of time of doing this shit, that, you know, like a lot of those names that you said, I feel like, you know, some of the newer, you know, fans or supporters or whatever you want to call them that are listening to my music now, it's like, some of them don't even know. Like I got a verse from Brother Lynch, and same thing with Young Buck too. I got a verse from Brother Lynch, a song with Brother Lynch. I got a song with Young Buck.
Did that?
But they were back in the day when I got them. As far as like, and I don't think they ever really released. I think one of them did release on one of the projects. I think it was Live Resin.
Yeah.
I think the Brother Lynch one, possibly. I think, but I don't think the Young Buck ever really got released to where it was like. Kind of got slept on type shit.
I feel what you said.
Because at that time, like, it wasn't nothing. You didn't have like social media really. You know, 2012, 2011.
For sure. That was kind of like the beginning of it all.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. So like, you really at that time, you only had like fucking MySpace where you were just uploading songs.
That's wild. Because bro. The Instagram you see me with right now is my first social media. Yeah. Literally.
Yeah, for sure.
Never had a social media and shit. So I kind of like was underground on that wave, you know what I mean? Yep. I didn't come on top of this wave until 2 years ago, you know what I mean?
That's kind of how I was with it too, bro. I was OG with it to where like I didn't want to learn the computers. I didn't want to, because I wasn't really a big computer guy like starting out. But like I told myself, like if you want to learn this music or you want to learn how to record or you want to learn how to do this certain shit, you got to learn this shit. You have to. It's a must. So
it's mandatory. You see me here working on this to myself, you know what I mean?
Bro. So it's like, you know, how bad do you want it as far as like to go out and get it and do that shit, bro? Like, so just learning that shit, taking a while. Like, it's weird because like sometimes like you do it for so long, you learn it and all this, and then maybe you take a step back for a little bit, you start focusing on other shit, you're doing other things, then you come back to it, and then it's like, you gotta kind of relearn it again a little bit.
You kind of do, because shit changes. It's always evolving, you know what I mean?
That's how I am right now with the engineering. Like, it's like, I love to do it, I love to engineer, I love to record other artists. It's like kind of inspires me on the artistic side. It's like getting fuel to the fire on my.
You're still hands on with it,
the
though.
Artistry. You know what I'm
sure.
saying? Yeah. So I'm kind of just playing the back. I'm helping this artist do, like, kind of help him do shit that really he don't see from his side of the and helping him grow. But then on the same side, then it's like it's giving me flame on my end too, like, you know, type shit.
That's an asset, bro, to a artist that isn't developed. You know what I mean, and coming into the game raw.
Right.
Like, that's an asset, you know what I mean? Sure. Just think about that. Did you have that when you came into the game?
No, not really.
You feel what I'm saying? Right. Where would Gmoe be if he had that kind of push in the beginning? You know what I mean? Having someone with your experience on your side at that time. You know what I mean?
I really think about that, bro. I really think about that. It's like when we were like in our most heaviest push, if we would have did that now compared to like 2000 from 2010 to 2018.
18, correct.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, where would we be at then compared to where, like, back then it was kind of like we were doing big shit, but it wasn't like, I don't know. I want to say it wasn't as much recognized, but then compared to now, it's like you do, a lot of these up and coming artists, newer artists, they drop a real quick video on this and it goes viral real quick, and then bam, like,
and you can ride that wave.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And then you got
that just wasn't a luxury for us, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I'm not
for sure.
I don't want to be one of them old heads that's like, oh, that shit's whack and these new this.
Yeah,
like,
nah.
I don't ever put that energy out there like this because I don't want to be one of them.
Because you're definitely an OG at this point.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
So like, but at the same time, like, I want to be like one of them OGs that's in tune with the game because he knows how to listen and knows how to adjust and knows how to fuck with shit that's, you know what I'm saying? Like,
real talk.
And not fucking with it because it's popular or because it's like everybody else is, but just because that's like the sound that's out right now, or that's the or what shit's gravitating to. So like, as it's more of like to help on the artist side and to stay in tune with shit.
Absolutely.
Type of, you know what I'm saying?
I definitely understand.
So
for
that's
sure.
kind of like one of the.
Because I'm a music connoisseur myself. Like, I listened to like 4,000 artists last year. You know what I mean?
I feel like I don't think I'd ever do music if I didn't love music as much as I did before I started doing music.
Real talk.
If that makes sense. Like,
real talk. So let's rewind it. Let's rewind it a little bit. You know what I mean? Because we're like, obviously your passion for this music shit, you developed it over time. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about Gmoe, young Gmoe. You know what I mean? Well, first of all, where are you from, Gmoe? Let the people know where you from if they don't know. You know what I mean?
Arizona, bro.
AVP, you dig Dodge City. You know what I'm saying?
Arizona. I was born at the it's Bethany. It's the Bethany Hospital, the one that's right there off of the 51st, 59th, and the
51st.
Old school one.
I know exactly where you're talking about.
So I was born right there. I was out in Avondale, like Avondale, Goodyear. My grandparents, they had property out in Goodyear, and then my parents lived in Avondale by my dad's, because I'm half white, half Mexican. For those that don't know, a lot of people see me and they think that automatically I'm white. They see the red beard, they see this, and like,
I kind of figured you was Mexican for sure. I got more Mexican vibe for you.
That's kind of what I consider myself too. Like, if you ask me, like, I'm Mexican.
Yeah.
I'm half white, half Mexican, but I'm Mexican.
Hey, Miklo was Mexican.
You feel me? Like,
Miklo was Mexican. You dig what I'm saying? For real. Man, so I wasn't coming up out there in Avondale, you know what I'm saying? Because I ain't gonna lie, when I first moved here, I moved to Avondale, bro. And it was sticky out that motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? It was shit going on.
Like Avondale, okay, so like for instance, Phoenix. Shit's cracking. Just when you touch down, you can just tell by the environment, you can tell by just it's lit,
Straight up.
Avondale's a little bit more reserved.
Yep.
Just because, how they police out there, how they...
But if you know, you know.
Yes, and it gets cracking out there, bro.
Because like I know, there's a lot of activity going on
Most
in
definitely.
Avondale. You know what I mean? We ain't got to speak on it. This ain't Glad TV. If you know, you know. But it's a lot of, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of activity going on out there. You know what I mean? It might seem like it's quiet, you know what I'm saying? But everything that looks a certain way is in a certain way, you know what I mean?
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, so coming up in Avondale, man, what made you gravitate towards the music, bro?
We were always in hip hop, bro. Like we were always involved in hip hop. Is what I was trying to say. Is as far as like all the elements. Like I think when we were younger, it was breakdancing, and then it evolved from breakdancing into graffiti.
Damn.
And then it evolved from graffiti into now we're busting freestyles and smoking weed all day in the homie's backyard or after school.
Come on, man.
And then now we're in a studio somewhere trying to write actual real song, and that's really like just like how I said it like that.
That was the sequence.
That's how
I
it happened.
dig that shit.
And it was just kind of like almost like every element of like hip hop and just
growing up. Who was some of your inspirations, bro? Who was some of your musical inspirations? You know what I mean?
I liked rap and I liked R&B. I feel like the R&B that we had when we were like the 90s,
hit different.
Late 80s, early 90s, early 2000s R&B is not the same
different. Yeah.
of the R&B that's like nowadays. And don't get me wrong, there's dope R&B now, but it's not like it's like that shit hit the soul back in the day.
Yeah,
when you saw like some Aaliyah or some like Mary J. Blige or like
SWV,
like the SW, the 702s,
R. Kelly,
like
Keith Sweat,
R. Kelly.
You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Shit
like
was
so, like
different.
I almost like growing up, like I listened to that just as much as I listened to I was listening to rap, like the Brother Lynch, the Bone Thugs, the Master P. Like,
yes, sir.
Being in the era that we grew up in, like CDs were still like hella, like it was the era of where we used to drive to Westridge.
Yeah, to go get something.
Westridge. This is when Desert Sky was Westridge.
Wow.
So this was like when it was first, like not first built, but the first name it had before it was like, you know what I'm saying? This was like late 80s, early 90s type shit. This was Westridge. And we would go to Warehouse. Remember the CD?
FY.
Remember Warehouse?
I remember that.
We would go to Warehouse and fucking either buy the single for like $3 to $5, or you'd get the album that was like $18.99.
What was the first album you bought, bro? What was the first album Gmoe bought?
The first two that I got,
because I can remember the first album I bought.
I do too, and they were gifts. The first two that I don't remember as far as, but the first two that like that were mine, and I was bumping, and they were like they didn't stop.
Like ones you went to the store, you bought yourself.
See, I don't remember that. But
the first album I went to the store and bought was Lil Wayne's "The Block Is Hot."
Yeah,
I remember this shit like yesterday. I remember where I went and got it from. I could damn near remember all the songs on that motherfucker, bro. And I ain't heard that shit in years.
Bro, I miss that. Like, I miss going, like, for instance, like, this is just a scenario that, like I said, we're missing about the CDs. And
straight up.
Going to Zia Records and waiting in line at midnight on I think, Thursday because the album dropped Friday. And, like, we did that for several, but I remember the one that I remember the most vividly as far as it was when The Game dropped the documentary. And we went and waited at Zia and fucking waited till midnight. Album. And Zia would let you come in at midnight and purchase the fucking album. And, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And then bumping that shit on the way
home. Wow, that was a classic album right there, too, for sure.
That shit used to be fun, bro. Like
that was a part of it.
That give you a reason to get out and leave the house with your homies and do this and like you don't do that.
Just
shit
think about that.
Bro.
That's the nostalgic shit for us now. You know what I mean? Like just us just talking about this shit. You know what I'm saying?
These kids, they don't. It's so accessible to where it's like, like we were talking about being watered down. Like I can pull my phone out right now.
Yep.
Download this app.
Yep.
Pull up that song. Listen to it. Watch the video of it, this, and then I'm done with it.
And then you're done with it.
There's
nothing to hold on to.
There's no value.
For sure.
It's almost like where it's like, I don't know, dude. That sounds funny.
Nah, it's just the truth. Like, you know what I mean?
It is.
It's the truth.
But it's like, it's just, I don't know. Like I said, I guess you just got to learn how to adjust with the times and just. go from there. Bro.
Yeah, man.
Like, it's crazy.
Hey, but it's cool to reminisce about the good old days, man.
Like,
you know what I mean?
That was my favorite, bro. Like, I used to love that, bro. I used to love going and buying or going to like the Zia on a Friday night, you know, or on a weekend or whatever with the friends or the homies or the chick, and going and buying like 10 yellow tag CDs that are like $3.99 or $5.99. Go spend a little $40, $50 and go grab some classics. You
Classic shit.
Maybe a couple.
What's some of the shit you remember from back then?
Like 3 or 4
top 5 classic albums that Gmoe had in rotation.
Wu-Tang,
Top 5. Wu-Tang.
RZA, Bobby Digital.
Okay.
Fucking probably what else is in there? Eminem, his first album, the first one.
Marshall Mathers EP.
Marshall Mathers LP.
Yep.
I know I bought that one a couple times. Which other one?
I had that one too.
Master P, Ghetto D.
Come on, boy. Don't start no shit in this motherfucker today. I was in Louisiana when that shit came out, bro.
The orange case.
I was in the projects when that shit came out. You understand me?
Remember he had those cases that were
they were like paper, bro. They were like cardboard or something, bro.
No. Remember he came out with the ones that were like a plastic and they were colored and they had like the part where you hold your thumb and the thing opens.
And then it pops over,
It had like lines in it. It wasn't that black.
I don't know what that shit was.
Like it was
bro.
a totally different case.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
The only one in the game that had those CD cases at that
You got to think at that time, No Limit had the rap game in the fucking chokehold,
bro. Like I remember
you remember on the albums, you used to have all the albums that was coming out, bro. You remember seeing all
about it now. He was the only one on the shelf. If you're looking at CDs and you're just still looking, he was the only one on the shelf that had his CD like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like thinking about it.
Nobody else had that.
Nobody, bro.
And think about that. I see the cats. I laugh about this shit. Tell me if I'm lying, Gmoe. I laugh about this shit right now. I see all the cats with the Cardis and shit on right now. I know they say that's a Detroit thing. You dig what I'm saying?
Cartiers?
Yeah, the glasses.
The frames?
But you know, like I know, who was the first motherfucker on the album cover with the Cardis on, bro?
Been around, bro.
Come on, bro.
Been around. If you really know what's up and all that shit, all the fools, bro. They've been rocking those.
Long time ago, you know what I'm saying?
Ain't nothing new.
That's old shit,
Ain't nothing that's in. But like I said, like to the younger generation, if you say if you're 22 years old, you were born in 2002?
2002?
So like,
I was getting out of high school at that time.
Yeah, at that time, that Ghetto D had already dropped and been out and this and that. And
Boosie was out already.
Yeah, like, and they were wearing Cartiers.
Long time ago, bro. I call them the Master P glasses. Yeah. I think ever since then, like I've called them the Master P glasses.
Circle frame ones?
Yeah.
Those are the hardest.
Those are dope as fuck, though. That was a dope time and era, though, for real, bro.
Like, it was.
That was a super dope time. That's crazy for me being in Louisiana at that time and you being here at that time and seeing how that affected you. Mm-hmm. That's fucking dope as shit, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I never would have thought that being in the bubble, like, it was something to us. But I never realized that it was something to everybody else and all the other ghettos and shit. You know what I mean? Like, that's super fucking dope. That's crazy, man.
Now that I think about it, if I can remember correctly, it had to be East 1999 creeping on a come up.
Wow.
My first album that I bought.
Why was I just talking about this album?
I
can tell you what that album cover looks like right now. Every detail on that motherfucker, bro.
You feel me? The stop sign,
the back was right on the back, the faces with the souls coming out the motherfucker. That's crazy, bro. Think about that shit, bro. When the first time you heard Bone Thugs and Harmony, bro. I remember the first time I heard this.
No, me too.
I remember exactly where I was at.
I was a kid. I was playing on the block, and I was coming home to my house, and my brother had one of his friends over that had a system in his truck. And they were, it's a mm-hmm. I remember the kid coming around the corner like, what the fuck?
Yep.
What song is that? Like,
it wasn't even that, bro. It was the fucking noise in that beat, bro. You know what I'm talking about? I'm at my grandma's house, me and my cousin, bro. We had a fucking little boom box that we recorded the tapes on. You feel me? You remember like I remember, bro. At a certain time of the day, they had like a little segment where they would just knock like new shit. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta be right there.
You gotta be there. So you gotta press play. So you feel what I'm saying? So I remember when that shit dropped and hearing that shit and hearing the chick sing on that shit. I was like, and then hearing whoever the first rapper is, I don't know if it's Lazy or Flesh or whoever it is, the first dude on that shit, hearing that, you had never heard nothing like that up until that time.
Yeah.
That shit was crazy, bro.
Yeah, that shit was
like, I remember listening to that shit because we recorded it. We recorded it the first time they played it on the radio. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which was wild, bro.
Shout out to Eazy-E.
Shout out, bro. Shout the fuck out. Rest in peace, Easy, man.
Eazy was one of them guys that I really liked too coming up. Like 187 on him. Like that was one of my albums too that I was bumping at a real young age. That probably at an age that I shouldn't have been fucking listening to that shit.
That's funny as hell. Speaking of something like that, like what was one of the first songs you learned? I know you knew like one of those songs from the NWA.
You know what's funny? Well, that was one of the albums. That one was one of my favorites. And then I liked Ghetto Boys. Ghetto Boys,
wow.
The song that had Chucky on it. The album that had Chucky and Mine's Playing Tricks.
Yeah.
That was one.
When he was on the hospital bed.
Yeah. That I got it in a cassette, and then I got Shy in a cassette.
Wow.
And those were my first two that I actually that was my music that I was like my first, and like I listened to him.
That Shy was a slapper.
You know what I'm saying? Until he broke. Like, I listened to all
what
that.
Song on Shy? I already know what song you was knocking, but what song was it you was knocking? Yeah. Yes, sir.
I listened to it the other day. Like, I put that motherfucker on and listened to it. And see, that's what I'm saying is that, like, there's not R&B music that's coming out today. That's like that, bro. Like that, where it makes
you gotta think they was making babies off this shit.
It makes you want to go make a baby. You don't even want to have kids.
I don't want to go spin the block. You hear me? I don't want to go goddamn shoot the ops. I'm trying to go get some ass. You dig what I'm saying? Fuck the bullshit, man. Come on, bro. That's funny you say that with those two albums, because I had two albums that specifically just like you, bro. And it was Domino. You remember Domino?
Yeah.
I don't know if these young motherfuckers don't know who Domino is, but Domino was one, and Doggy Style was the other.
What was his single, Domino? The one
here we go to the two, with the back of the yeah.
It's been a long
and then look, remember he had the brown sugar too?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet potato pie, that's what it was. Sweet potato pie.
I think that's what it was.
Sweet potato pie.
Yeah, see that.
Domino. Shout out Domino, man.
Domino, that's the.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the old school gangster shit.
Come on, throwback gangster shit. This 90 what? 92, 91? Somewhere around there?
Do you remember KD?
KD?
He was Ice Cube's artist. And it was like, I don't know.
In the Lynch Mob?
Maybe. But his album was called Ass, Gas, or Cash, Nobody Rides for Free.
No, I never heard that one.
Ass, Gas, or Cash.
Never heard it.
No one rides for free.
Yeah.
You got to give it up. And like he was like, so like he was his rhymes were like on some like Player Mac. So like he was always rapping about bitches. So like the hook was sung by a girl, like, and this was like early 90s. I don't know what happened because he only dropped that one album and then after that kind of like disappeared type shit where it was like.
At that time, you got to think, bro, it was a lot of people like that, bro. We can think about 15 to 20 people right now just like that. You know what I mean?
That's what I was just about to say. The grand specs of it wasn't compared to nowadays because nowadays you got everybody and their mom rapping. I feel like back in the days it was more easy to stay in touch with people and shit because there was only a handful of this and that.
Everybody's a rapper now.
Nowadays it's like, dog, every day you got somebody do somebody. And I'm not knocking that, but at the same time it's hard to stay in tune sometimes when it's so much.
Real talk.
And then there's so much dope shit that you're still catching up on.
That's dope.
From the artists that you actually like.
That's real shit. Because musically, like, I stay in a bubble, bro.
Yeah.
I'm in a fucking bubble. You know what I mean? Like, you've been here for probably an hour already. And Larry June been on the TV the whole time. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all I listen to, bro. I only listen to a handful of people, but I only listen to motherfuckers that's on the wavelength of the shit that I'm doing. You dig what I'm saying?
Most definitely. The reason I like to listen to everybody is because as far as from like throwing shows, it keeps you in tune of who's hot.
Who's hot. That's real shit.
Who's up and coming.
you know, who's got the biggest song out right now that's not like on yet, like
Real talk.
all that shit comes into factor as far as when you're throwing shows. So it's like that to me. I try to stay as far as like stay in tune with that and
what inspires you, bro, to keep your foot in the game like that? You know what I'm
as far as
saying?
throwing shows and shit.
Just as far as staying in the hip hop period, you know what I'm saying? You still in the hip
Because I
hop
love
realm.
music. Like
Clearly.
at the end of the day, like I'm a fan of music.
Real
Before I
talk.
became an artist, before I was a fan, that I give it all to music, bro. Because at the end of the day, it's like what? How would life be really if you think about it? If you didn't have music,
Man, I wouldn't know.
like life would be
Yeah,
boring,
fuck
dog.
off.
Like when
Yeah,
you
for
clean,
sure.
you know, in every aspect of what you do, music
music,
is
for
involved
sure.
somehow.
Absolutely.
So it's like, you know, for instance, you know, an example, you're cleaning your house on a Sunday morning, you're listening to fucking Brent Wood or listening to some oldies, and then
Yes,
you're
sir.
like working on your car, listening to some Young Dolph, and then you're fucking mobbing to go bust a play or something, bumping some Gucci Mane,
Yes,
and then
sir.
you're bumping fucking with your wifey, and you guys are bumping Mary J. Blige, or like, there's just a feeling for music. There's a feeling for every aspect
For
of
sure,
life and
every
what you're
aspect.
going through. Whether
Definitely
good,
controls your
bad,
emotions, for
you're
sure.
getting some money, you're broke, you're
Mhm.
this, or you know what I'm saying. So I think that's
I
what
definitely hear that for sure, for sure.
I think music is like.
Music is the heartbeat of life, bro.
It really is, bro.
You
So
know what I
like, I think that's what makes it so easy to like. I think if you didn't like music like that, and then you were an artist and all that shit like that, then I understand where like the disconnect. But like, I always tell like my rap partner Fee, like,
Shout out, Phil.
I don't think I'll ever stop doing music. I think I'll do music till the day I die. But
That's for love, for sure.
And what I mean by that is that like may not necessarily be recording 24/7 or dropping music 24/7, but I'm gonna continue to run my studio. I'm gonna continue to help other artists build their craft and work on their craft. We're gonna continue to engineer.
That's right.
I'm gonna continue to throw these shows. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hey, shameless plug. Let them know where they can find all this. Where can they get?
I mean, it's just all the social medias, bro.
Sure.
The AVP_Gmoe. I launch everything off of there. As far as we got a show coming up, we got our own podcast that me and Fee are doing that we're coming up and we're gonna be doing. And
That's right. Y'all look out for that.
So yeah, we're working on that right now, and then we're just gonna launch everything off of there and just continue to keep promotion off of the YouTube channel. Go follow that, Avondale Productions, you know, on YouTube.com, and just fucking keep pushing it, bro. Just keep organically pushing this shit, man.
That's
It's
dope.
been
That's dope.
been a long journey, but at the end of the day, this is what we do. So it's like there's no time limit or no expiration on this shit for me. You know,
That's real shit.
some people move like that where they have like they gotta have a certain by this time, or if not, then they're done with it and they're this and that. I don't put that type of energy on this and what we're doing, because I don't look at it like that. I feel
Real
like
talk.
just when it's right and your time is right, it'll be that time. And whether if it's 20 years from now, whether if it's 5 years from now, whether if it's 3 months from now, like, you know what I'm saying?
You own your own time. Like,
You gotta,
You know what I mean?
like,
you're in control of your own destiny.
it's yours and God's
at the end of
plan,
the
so,
day.
like,
You know what I mean?
exactly. So
It's already written. You know what I mean? So just walk by faith. You know
I
what I
used to
mean?
be like that, bro. I used to be real anxious on like I need to get on now. Like I need to this, I need to do that, I need that. And it's like you could almost drive yourself crazy to where like trying to keep up with the Joneses in this music shit, you know?
Real
And
talk.
I just came to a point to where it's like I don't care anymore. I'm just gonna do me at my pace, and for the people that don't like it no more and all that, cool. Like you know, it's a cool
Yeah,
journey.
for
I
sure.
love y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody's in your life for a season anyway. So
No love lost. You know what I'm
come
saying?
on now.
But at the end of the day, like, salute to the ones that are still rocking with me, that are still, you know, hanging in there. Like, I haven't dropped music in I haven't dropped like a new album or song. It's probably been like almost a year now. And I still, like, it's
I
like.
think I was in your last video.
It's like it was just yesterday. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like to where, like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And I know I could drop now and shit'll be, you know.
Still in the same.
Yeah, like.
But that shows where you at and how people
Right,
perceive you. You know what I'm saying?
right.
So that's a good thing. You know what I mean?
But
But the pivot from the music. You know what I mean? The pivot from the music. Let's talk about the trees, man. Because I know you to be an avid
Yeah, most definitely.
weed guy. You know what I mean?
Dog, the weed is like part of of who I am and part of who, like, it's just, it's just, I don't know how to, like, you know what I'm saying?
It's a pivotal part of the life for sure.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I feel like it's always gonna be. Like, I'm a smoker. Like, you know, some people, you know, like they say, pick your poison. Like, some people like to drink, some people like to snort coke, some people like to do this, some people like to do that. Like, at the end of the day, I just like to smoke.
Real shit.
I'm a downer. I like to relax.
Real
I
talk.
like to just chill and just, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm the same
I
way.
can't, at least for me, like, you're not gonna go out and run somebody over in your car.
No.
You know, you're not gonna kill nobody in a DUI, like, you know, it's type shit as far as what I just feel, you know, it's safe, you know, depending on how you use it, consume it, do it, and just, I don't know, bro. Like, I look at it as like almost like a medicine, you know, like it's
Definitely medicinal for sure.
an example, like my dad, like he's broke his back several times. He's got very bad nerve damage. It's hard for him to sleep. It's just, he's really messed up, you know? And he's 65 years old, to where it's like he's on pain management, to where like he's taking like severe medicine type shit, you know?
Yeah, the heavy shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so like, and he's been for a long time, you know? And so like the weed, like once like the pain, because back in the day, like pain management, like if you were smoking or caught smoking while on pain management, they'll kick you off. They'll kick you off. They won't give you a pain. So once it like got legal, and once it like went full on legal and all that shit, like there are a little bit, because some pain management still to this day won't accept it if you're smoking weed, and then some of them are cool. I think it's really just depends on the actual doctor. So, but like, yeah, I think what it is that they don't want you to find a way to function and deal with your pain and stuff using the tree.
Absolutely.
Instead of using the medicine.
That's wild you say that, man, because I just had, yesterday, I had my boy Dang, shout out Dang Lab. That's I'm rocking his gear right now. Got the guy you throw shit on right now. Y'all see what it is. Y'all get with Dang Lab, man. But Dang Lab, bro, just beat cancer, bro.
Yeah.
Been in remission for 2 years, you know what I mean? And weed was definitely a pivotal part of that, you know what I mean? Yeah. So the tree definitely is out here saving lives, man.
I believe in it, bro. I feel it's just one of the things, like you know, some people think it's a, you know, a bad drug, and it's like, you know, like that old head vibe type shit.
Old, reefer madness type shit.
Yeah, like,
like, man, fucking calm down, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, for you, how do you feel about the current state of weed? You know what I mean? Like, where we're at and where weed's
like
kind of going.
It's almost like the rap game, where I feel like it's kind of like watered down, because
speak on it.
And I think the OGs will understand what I'm saying. And what I mean by that is that the weed back in the day, like, okay, for instance, like when you used to get packs back in the day and you're getting a 10 or a 20 pack, majority of them were OGs. You would get, out of a 10 pack, you might have 7, 8 fire ass OGs, and then 2 or 3 fruity ones.
No one wanted them fruity motherfuckers.
One mango one, you know, one.
Because it was definitely a grape in that motherfucker.
And a blue.
You know what I mean? Come on. It was an orange smelling motherfucker in there.
That, and they were still bomb though.
Yeah. But nobody wanted that shit though.
But they were not touching the platinums, the platinum cushions, the platinum
Come
bubbles.
on, man. The
regular bubble, the pre-98.
Regular 98 bubble. Yeah.
The fucking just OG, just some regular fire OG Kush.
Bro, just think about the OG run. Think about that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And nowadays, so like now, go
from the fire to the white.
No, now you're buying a 10 or 20 nowadays.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And those places.
That's what I'm saying.
Right,
just
fire ass OGs.
Yeah, man.
Harris.
Come on, bro. Like we can go on for fucking days, bro.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. It's still here though. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. They're calling it something different.
Right.
You know what I mean? But you're still hearing that other shit. You know, like I know we've been in this weed shit for so long.
Like
shit comes, shit goes.
You now fast forward today, buying a 10 or 20, and you got 18 or 19 purple ones. You know, all fruity.
But you got to think about this.
1 or 2 OGs in that one.
Think about this. Let me put this shit. Think about this. That ain't even the game, though. That was our game. They not even touching packs like that. They want to buy boxes of apes.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The game that changed and shit, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not hating on the game now.
It's the
none
Mylar,
whatsoever.
the Mylar
You know what I mean?
That the Mylar bags and the fucking, the cutouts and all that shit are crazy. And I feel like, dog, at the end of the day, like, if the weed is fire, you don't need to have the. And I'm saying that there's not fire in those Mylars sometimes, because I've got some fire.
Definitely is.
But I just feel like when it's stupid dumb, it's gonna come in
man.
a little jar like that.
It's gonna come just like that.
It may have a label on it, it may not. It's some fucking gas though.
Come on, man.
It's like that saying, bro. Dope sells itself. Like,
I don't need, bro. You can set the weed on the table in fucking trash cans.
Pull it with some tinfoil.
I don't give a fuck, bro. Just like I was just saying, bro. I sold motherfuckers out of a corner of a Walmart bag. You dig what I'm saying?
Hey.
Long as that bitch smoking, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's what motherfuckers worried about. And that's why we was just talking about how they kind of take some of the fun away from the weed or the experience away with not smelling the weed and all that type shit. And I'm like, man, we're just in a different time and era. If you think about the people that are smoking right now, like the majority of the people are new smokers, bro.
It is.
Post-legalization smokers, you know what I mean? People that are just start smoking after fucking this shit went legal. Most of these people, if we went illegal again today, they would not fucking touch it. You dig what I'm saying? But for the people like us that been fucking with this shit, you know what I'm saying? The bootleggers. Yeah. Literally, you know what I mean? Like fucking the Budweisers of this shit. You dig what I'm saying? Like, man, we look at this shit totally different. Like, the fucking game is in shambles, bro. You know what I mean?
It's just watered down, bro. Like, it's almost like the curse and the blessing. Where it's like, okay, you want it legal. You wanted this.
So true.
Okay, so we're going to give that to you. And bam, now we all got it. Yep. And now it's so fucking watered down. And so it's like, we don't even appreciate it.
It's fucking crazy.
So it's
bro.
I don't know. So it's like...
we're in a weird spot right now, bro.
It is.
I seen this coming because you know what I mean? Like, if you've been in this, you know what the fuck's going on. You know what I mean? Like, shit only, to me, if you want my opinion, they only let the shit legal so they can have y'all come show them how to run shit. And now they don't need you motherfuckers no more. You know what I'm saying? Now they're fucking gonna run this shit, and that's why the deschedulization and all this shit is coming along now. You dig what I'm saying? Why would they go wreck and then push it back to medical use only? You know what I mean?
Yeah, they got something up their sleeve.
Oh yeah, for sure.
They want to do their thing, but that's all good, man. I'm focused. I'm in my lane, just staying focused on me and mine, and just trying to fucking keep the boat afloat.
That's for sure.
The boat afloat.
That's for sure. So what for Gmoe, man? Is it blunts or joints?
When I was coming as a kid, they were blunts. But I've smoked so many fucking blunts in my lifetime. People that don't know, like the whole Splitterillo shit, when we were down with Splitterillos, which is a blunt company. Yep. They sponsored us. They took us out to Cali.
Extendo, boy.
They took us out to Cali. We stayed with them we fucked with them for like a solid year, 2 years. That whole year to 2 years, blunts were free. They were in abundance.
Speak on it.
To where it was I feel like I.
So are you telling me you burnt out?
I smoked a portion of my life away with those blunts.
So
I don't like blunts no more. We done smoked so many fucking blunts, man. My chest and heart hurts.
Gmoe, look up, bro. Look up.
Yeah.
Look right here.
Yeah.
That's 2-3 months.
Yeah, bro. I believe it. It's getting to the point to where I was noticing myself catching my breath.
Real talk.
So once it was like that, where I was whoa, and I'm not overweight or I'm not.
And I noticed you be in the gym.
Yeah, so
you know what I mean.
It was just because I smoke a lot. So at the end of the day, I was just hey, I need to calm down to where So then I went to papers, and then after smoking papers for so long, that feeling still comes back. It slowly creeps back up on you, as far as fucking that weight on your chest when you're smoking so much. Yeah. But then after that, then I just went to bongs. I've always smoked bong.
So do you detox, bro?
Have
you tried detoxing?
Yeah. very recently started smoking again. Maybe like I think it was July, but up from like January to July, I was completely clean as far as like.
That's dope, bro.
No alcohol, no fucking
Nada.
what's it called, like completely sober, like fucking.
That's great living, bro. I've
actually,
stopped smoking weed twice for 2 years at a time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I just the clarity at them times.
No, it
You know
really
what I'm
is,
saying?
bro. It really, you
Just
know,
like that shit is much needed, I think, because it allows you to put shit in perspective, bro. For real, for real. You know what I mean? It really allows
I
you to
actually
focus.
like it. I actually like it a little bit more. It's like as much as I like being high and smoking.
For sure.
I think with smoking, it's more of just the whole shit of it. The breaking down, the camaraderie.
For sure.
With your boys as far as
For
doing
sure.
like that or by yourself.
And see, for me, I think it's different, bro. Just because like weed is what I do, so fucking. I don't feel like there's never gonna be a healthy detachment from weed. For as long as I've been attached to it, knowing what I am to the weed shit, you know what I mean?
For sure.
So I think I'm.
It's weird for me.
You know what I'm saying? Like I really wanna step away from the weed space because I've been in the weed space for so long. You know what I mean? But on the same token, the job isn't done yet. You feel what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So
it's hard, especially when you got kids.
Yeah.
That's where it is for me. It's like, my kids are getting older now. My daughter's in sports.
Shout out, hold on, bro. Shout out all dads, bro. Shout out all fucking dads. Air horns for the dads too, man. You know what I mean? Shout out all motherfuckers that take care of their kids, bro.
So they're in sports, all the parents are all this and that, and you know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm trying to like keep it cool and keep my image and everything cool for also as my kids as well too. So it don't get them knocked out of their circles or get them, you know what I'm saying? Because people are like that, bro.
Do you think there is a healthy balance though?
As far as
like the weed and the whole like the culture that we're in and the balance with the family life, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like speak on that because obviously
like
I juggle the same thing as you do, you know what I mean? So
it's called just being a grown up, bro.
For sure.
You got to know when to turn the party off and know when to like, you know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Like, yeah, bro, it's just being responsible,
Absolutely.
Like, I got to pick my kids up from school, drop them off in the morning. Like, my son has tryouts in the morning before he's go to school, so we're waking up at 5 a.m.
What age range you got right now, bro? What age range?
My son's in 6 and my daughter's in 7.
Shout out, bro. Back to backing.
Yes.
Any more?
Yeah, they're both in sports, both in school. My daughter, she's fucking like a high-end scholar, bro.
You gonna run it back, or is that it? You capping it off? You said that's it?
Already.
You capped him off. Oh, snip. You capped him. It ain't nothing to cut that bitch off.
Hey, no, I'm just being one.
Yeah, that's a buck.
We got put in a position to where it was like we didn't do it when we had 2 kids. So if my wife was to double back and go get it after, when you have the kids, because when you have the kids, then you get it done for free, or you can get it done like after you have the baby or some shit where they tie the tubes and all that shit, and just bam, you're done.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
If not, if you don't do it and you just do like on a normal, hey, I want to schedule, get my tubes tied, I'm done having kids done. It's fucking expensive. To where if you don't do it compared to when you're having a kid, it's like fucking changing a part on your fucking car that you got to pull the engine out to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you have the engine out, you might
well go on it right now.
Yeah, but if you don't, it's
so you went on and did it.
A lot more if you don't. We got to pull this motherfucking engine.
So what does that do exactly, bro? So you shooting blanks or what?
Much, dog.
Like don't nothing come out?
No. It's still all the same. It's still all the same. It's just. I think you would have to like look at your shit in like a telescope.
Yeah, we're not doing that for
to,
sure.
Like,
yeah, like
to make sure, but nah, everything's still all like.
So did it hurt?
Hell no.
No, nothing.
It was weird, bro.
Real quick.
The doctor, they give you like a little Xanax or something. They give you like a little value.
They give you a little Xanny in that motherfucker. You feel me?
You're supposed to take it like at a certain time before you arrive. They fucking. But you take that motherfucker on the way up there. By the time you get that motherfucker, you in that fucking office is feeling good, not knowing you got
So
to
you
get your
really
fucking
get
manhood
to,
slipped
you
away.
feel me? Get up out of there.
Nah, but low key, it was more of like I had to put. I didn't as much as I didn't want to do it.
That's some grown up shit,
it's just
bro.
because it's like what? Oh, I don't want to do it. But at the end of the day, like I'm married. I don't plan on leaving my wife. I don't plan on where. You know what I'm saying? I think when you think like that, to where like, well, I don't know. I might want to have kids later on down the road, and this is like. Nah, I'm like, this is my wife, this is who I'm with, this is this and this, and this is...
That's maturity, bro, you know what I mean?
And even if at the end of the day, say, well, what if she cheats and, you meet somebody down the road and you want to have a kid.
That's the problem with society. They steady focus on the weirdo shit, you know what I mean?
It's a lot of money, too, but you can get it reversed.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, you can get it reversed, and it works.
But at this point, bro,
I'm cool, bro. Like, the two that I have, they're well taken care of. Like, I wanted a third one. It'd be nice to have a fourth one too.
Yeah.
But we don't have the financial to take care of 3 or 4.
That's a lot of money.
At the end of the day, like,
that's a lot of money at the end of the day.
You make it work. So, like, with the two that we have, like, it's already expensive just with them two. But they're involved in everything. They're doing sport. They're doing this. They're doing that. So it's like, if we would have had a third or fourth, it may not be like that for them.
That's real shit.
You have to dumb it down because now you got to do this for this kid and this. So, like, the two was cool, bro. Like, so,
that's more than enough, bro. You paid your debt to society at the end of the day.
Bro, so
you've been a productive human being, reproduced. That it's on to the next generation. You know what I mean?
Trying to make sure that the two that I reproduced they do good in life.
That's right. That's your responsibility as an adult. I feel like as a parent, it's your adult to put your children in a position better than what your parents put you in.
Most definitely.
That's your responsibility. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, you don't want to see your kids struggle. Obviously, you come from the struggle, bro. You don't want to see your kids. But on the flip side, I feel like some struggle
it creates
character.
It creates character.
You know what I mean? So it's a balance, man. At the end of the day, you don't want to give them the world. You know what I mean? Because they'll be fucked up. There's a saying that I heard an old guy tell me one time that says, "Strong men create weak men, and weak men create strong men."
It's a cycle.
And
so that's going to that. On that same thing, there's the story of the 3 kings, to where like the one king had a kid, and was very hard on him, and then that king was really, really strong and tough, and triumphed and did all these things, and then that king had a kid, and then his next kid he babied him and soft, and so he didn't do as much. And then that next king had a kid, and it was the same thing. He babied him, and so it got to the point where the kings got so weak that they fucking had to restart over.
That's crazy.
And went back to fucking being savage with it again. It's
some struggle is necessary.
It is, yes. And you can't give your kids everything because at the end of the day, they don't appreciate nothing. When you give them everything, they don't appreciate it. It's like compared to like a kid that has everything, and you give them a PS5 for their birthday, and they're like, hell yeah.
Man.
Ooh, and then you got the kid that never gets
had nothing.
You give him the PS5 for his birthday, that motherfucker crying.
Yep.
Giving you a hug, he won't let you go, and you know what I'm saying?
That's funny you say that, bro. We're talking about PS5 right now.
Like there's
my son just came in right now. You see he had the PS5 in his hand, right?
Yeah.
He can't take the PS5 to the other house. He can only play the PS5 here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That makes him value it more, you know what I mean? Instead of me just giving it to him and he have free reign with him whenever he feel like it, you know what I mean? So it's just creating a balance, bro. You know what I mean?
Got to.
You have to. It's mandatory, you know what I mean? A healthy balance is much necessary. In all things in life, it's all a balance, you know what I mean? Whatever they want to call it, whatever they believe, the yin and the yang and the light and the dark, it's all balanced, you know what I mean? So, yeah, definitely stay in tune with it for sure, man. Speaking on, man, we're going to switch the subject, man. Football season is upon us, you know what I'm saying? I just watched the motherfucking video 32 Raw. You got a Cardinals tattoo on your chest. You know what I'm saying? 32 Raw was a dope ass fucking video. Hold on, let's talk about that first. 32 Raw, bro.
Shout out Rose Smith. He produced that one.
That shit was dope, bro.
Oh no, 32 Raw.
32 Raw,
that's
bro.
That's actually Tony Chalk. Shout out Tony Chalk.
Bro, listen to me. I don't know if you seen my Breaking Bad photo shoot and shit. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? I like to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That shit was dope, bro.
Yeah,
I seen the little mink situation you had on, you feel me? In the little, it puts the lotion on the skin hole type situation with the blood on you. I'm like, man, this nigga Gmoe in his bag, you know what I'm saying? That shit was fucking dope as fuck, bro. What inspired you on that?
It's really just the surrounding, bro. Like, I know how, one thing about doing music, or not music, but doing videos and shooting videos, and I feel like I would become, or I could be a very good videographer because you have the eye. Like, you just walking, no matter where you go, you're like, you see shit. Like, you're like, ooh, that would be a good spot to perform
You got
a
the eye.
music video. That would be a good spot to do a scene. That would be a good spot to do, oh, we can do that here, or that this would, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everywhere I go, I see
Because the
that shit.
piano scene, like the piano scene, that shit was so fucking
It's
dope,
like,
bro.
it's like
That shit was so like the little, the brick wall with the fucking window right there. Like, I pay attention to shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? So that shit was super hard, bro. I'm like, where'd he shoot that shit? That's the first thing I'm thinking.
So we ended up shooting it out there in Glendale. That Tiger Eye Media.
That's where I shot the Heisenberg shit at.
Yeah, so,
In the back part though. Y'all was in the front part.
yeah. I think we did a little bit of. I think that, like, because I know that shit's big as fuck.
That shit's
right?
huge.
Yeah, I know it's fucking so.
Shout out my bro over there, man. You know what I'm saying? Stand up dude, man.
Yeah, hella cool, man. Shout out Berber. Berber shot the video. That shit was dope, bro.
That shit was dope. I like that shit a lot. Shout out to No Bammer video too, you know what I'm saying? That shit was dope as fuck too. Yes, indeed, man. That shit's dope, you know what I mean? Super dope. Man, I see you really doing your thing, bro. I seen you at the Arizona Super Show too.
Yeah, we were out there. That was not this last one.
You did the one before that.
The one before that, we were out there doing that. We were on the main stage. We were out there just.
Man.
That was a blessing to get finally hit that. That was like, we've been trying to, it's like certain shit that you check off your list, you know, coming up, and like. Was
that a bucket list for you?
Yeah, performing at the Super Show, the main stage. Like, that was one of them.
In the Cardinal Stadium.
You know what I'm saying?
You feel me?
Yeah, that's one of them. We might be up there next year too.
I'll be there. I'll be better. You know, I was backstage. You know what I'm talking about? Mingling, networking, doing me. You know, I'll be everywhere I ain't supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about? Just wiggling. You know what I'm talking about? Slide and provide. You know what I'm talking about? You know how that shit go. We out here providing a service to the city, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the sponsor, House of Fruita. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Shout out to the House of Fruita. New Muddy Sticks dropping. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know the classic Muddy Water, man. Y'all get y'all some. Yee Slushy's always available also. You know what I'm saying? Get you some. Shout out to the other sponsor of the day, Guy Ethos by the Dank Lab. You know what I mean? Fresh ass merch, get you some. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gotta say no more. Gotta eat those. You know what I'm talking about? Yes, indeed. But back on the sports, man. What you think the Cardinals gonna do this year, man?
I don't know, man.
Hey, listen to me, bro. I'm a Saints fan. You dig what I'm saying? I was a Saints fan when they was Aints, bro. So
whether they win or lose, they're always gonna be my team. I'm one of the ones where, like, once I pick my team, blood, bro. And that's my hometown and this and that, I'm gonna, whether they lose fucking every year for the next 20 years, I don't give a fuck. That's still my team. Like,
it could be worse. You could be a Cowboys fan.
You know what's fucked up? When I was a kid, I was a Cowboys fan.
I liked the Cowboys too. I think everybody liked the Cowboys when they was young,
you had Aikman, Emmitt Smith, Irving, Deion Sanders. You had
Charles Haley.
And fucking all on the field, all at the same time. All at the same time. Like,
come on,
Cowboys
bro.
weren't nothing to play with back in the day.
Come on, bro.
That was my shit.
They had the cheat code, man.
Like, as I got older, though, and all, I'm just like, nah, Arizona. I'm always going to rep Arizona.
Straight
you know
up.
What I'm saying? I love Arizona.
That's loyalty, bro.
And I just, so like all sports, I fucking, whether it's like, I got the Diamondback A, the fucking, what's it called? You know, the bird. Like,
fully
bird
loaded.
Gang, like,
yes, sir. Full repping, you know what I'm saying?
We here. We repping.
Yes, always, bro. Out here putting on for the Finnick Ketter, you know what I'm saying? No play. Real OG in this shit, man. How you feel about the Asian music scene right now, man?
You know, it's different, bro. It's just different as far as like just the music. It's growing.
You fucking with some niggas out here right now? Who you fucking with? Who you fucking with musically out here right
There's
now?
a lot out here that are doing their thing. I like Byron and Trap Sav. Like
Shout out Trap, shout out Byron, them my niggas. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, bro, they doing their thing. There's a
Yes,
lot of
sir.
other fools that are coming.
Shout out Product. You know what I'm saying?
I like my other homie too, bro. Like I've known him for a good minute. He's been doing music. He's coming up now doing his thing. The homie Face Capone.
First Capone, no First Capone. Yeah.
Yeah, like he's doing his thing. He's coming up. You know, well, my artist that we're he's doing his thing, and he's got his daughter that she's actually pretty dope, bro. She's doing her thing too. She's up. You know, we're working on her shit right now.
The female artist?
Yeah.
What's her name?
AVG, little AVG.
AVG, shout out AVG, man. Shameless plug over here.
And then the homie Bird.
Shameless plug.
Yeah, he goes by Bond. So like that's you know, we're just kind of just slowly working, bro. Like I said, just kind of behind the scenes as far as like we don't got no expectations as far as like, you know, we got to get this out and do all this. We're just slowly working, bro.
Is Gmoe in the stew? You know what I'm saying?
Not at the moment.
Is Gmoe cooking up new sauce in the stew right now?
Not right at this moment, but I will be. Right now, the studio's down, bro. Like I'm in the mix of buying a brand new computer.
Okay.
The one I did have that I've had for a while now, it crashed on me.
Oh,
so, like,
damn.
I ended up.
Did you lose some shit?
I ended up recovering about half of it, and then the other half of it I lost. So that was kind of like that was a big hit for me, bro. Like like creativity wise.
That shit sucks ass, bro. I already know. I lost some shit just like that too.
Creativity wise, like
with
bro,
a lot of
like,
logos and shit on it.
It was like a punch in the gut. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that shit sucks, bro.
So with it being like that, that's kind of why I was like, you know what? I'm kind of just chilling right now. I'm not in no rush to hurry up, and you know what I'm saying? Like I'm just like
that's cool. You focusing on other artists though.
And I kind of just been bubbling off of that, bro. Like I said, helping other artists, doing that shit, kind of just, you know, the
shows. You got any shows you working on with?
Yeah, we're working. We're always working. Like we're always trying to figure. It's just one thing with shows is that you can't rush it. And as far as like pick somebody tomorrow, like there's a lot of shit that goes in behind the scenes of booking these artists, going back and forth with the management.
Speak on
trying to make everything line up as far as the timing, the date, the venue. You know, as far as what they want cost wise and what we want to spend wise, and just so all that goes into it.
Say we had someone out there that wanted to get into showing shows. What is some of the steps and some of the things and some of the obstacles that you're gonna encounter with trying to put something like that together? You know what I mean? Let them understand the complexity of what you got going on. You know what I mean?
Throwing shows, it's not really that too much to it, bro. It's just one of them things is that you can't be lazy. It's one of the things that you got to go and put in the footwork behind the scenes to make the shit crack. Now, don't get me wrong. There is a formula to where you can stay behind the desk all day and put music or put money into ads and promote this shit in certain ways and still get the shit to crack. I've seen people do that. I've still seen people do that till this day. But I feel like the formula is like doing that and hitting the streets with posters, flyers, the radio, all that shit. Like it's the little bit of everything, you know.
Yes, sir.
And depending on your budget too. If you don't have a big budget, then just start with posters and flyers. And
hey, because I know y'all be beating the streets up with the posters and the flyers. That I know for sure. You know what I mean?
It seems like, dog, and we've never, like, knock on wood, we've never taken a L.
Yes, sir.
You know, as far as doing shows and,
yes,
and bringing, and the reason, like, kind of whole that thing started was like, we make good money off of doing the shows music wise, as far as, so it's like being independent, paying the whole team, you know, whether if they throw in on it or if they don't, you know, everybody that works the show and all that shit gets paid.
Straight up.
So the team's getting paid, like we're making independent cash flow as quote unquote local artists, which is hard to do, dog.
Yeah,
like it's hard to do. It's hard to like make music money, dog. Like that shit is like, you know what I'm saying?
Man.
People may flex and may, you know, they show bands and this and that, but like 98% of the time, that's not music money.
Man, come
that's
on now.
Dope money.
Come on now. Speak
that's
up.
9 to 5 money.
Shit.
That's,
yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So, like,
I understand.
There's to me, like, to be able to be in a position, or to learn and to be able to hustle and get music money like that off shows and off of, you know, your own, building your own studio, investing in yourself, and opening your own studio then and making studio time money. Like it's almost like that shit. All that.
This is gems, bro. Y'all need to listen. If you trying to get into this type of shit, you hearing this from a veteran, man. You know what I mean? Like somebody that's actively doing the shit we talking about. Like, man, take heed for sure, man. Anything that you got coming out? Any shout outs you want to give, man? Before we get up out of here.
Man, shout out to the whole team. Shout out AVP.
Shout out AVP. Shit.
Shout out AVP Sticks. Shout out the TM Squad. Shout out my artist Bond. Shout out Fat Boy. Shout out ABG. Shout out my engineer Doc Beats. Shit, man, the whole squad, the whole AVP squad, Race Kid, all that shit, bro. Like, just
shout out the whole AVP, man.
Yeah,
just
man,
like that.
Moving and grooving.
Yes, indeed.
Steady keeping the ship, you know, like just because we're not dropping music and doing all the this and that and the third, and where it's not over. We're just kind of reconstructing. We're doing different shit. We're focusing on other elements, you know. So it may take a little bit from this to focus on this, but we'll be getting back to that. So just
that's leveling up right there. You know what I'm saying?
Just
let them know where they can find you, and they know what
I mean, I'm majority active on Instagram, but like all my shit, Twitter, Instagram, all that shit, it's AVP_Gmoe. AVP_GMOE. Lock in with the YouTube.
Yes,
over the 100+ videos from vlogs, music videos, just behind the scenes shit. And that is youtube.com/Avenue Productions.
We're gonna tag everything in the comments, so for sure they'll be able to find you, man. Man, it's been a good one, bro. I appreciate you coming through and blessing the podcast. I know it's not something that you really be doing, you know what I mean?
I appreciate you,
it's a blessing to have you here, bro. Most definitely. I rock with you. I really fuck with you, you know what I mean? Been a solid stand-up individual since I've known you, you know what I mean? So,
like I said, that's why, that's the only reason I'm here, bro. Like, if other, you know, like I get hit up all the time is, hey, Gmoe, we need to do this, we need to do that. And not say that I don't, but just it's who I direct my energy and time towards is very slim to nil these days. You feel me? Like,
yes, indeed.
Kind of like, I'm like Batman. I only pop out every so often.
Man. Yes, sir.
You feel me? Like,
that's a good analogy. I love Batman. You know what I mean? Yes, indeed, man. Well, it's been a blessing. It's been another good one. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Y'all tune into the next one. Y'all know what the fuck going on. We gone.